Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on navigating the mats. Today I want to talk about kids in Jiu Jitsu. So I'm kind of talking to the parents a little bit today, and this is in particular to kids that just started training Jiu Jitsu. But this information, it can be good for kids who've been training at it for a while as well. Um, but when a kid first starts Jiu Jitsu, one of the most important things that we need to focus on is making sure that the kid is comfortable with the Jiu-Jitsu Academy setting. So the classes, the coaches, the other kids, all that sort of stuff. And also we want to make sure that the kid has fun, all right? When a kid first starts training Jiu-Jitsu, it's important that they have a good time whenever they're there. The moment a kid stops having fun at the academy and stops having fun at the jiu-jitsu classes, they're not going to want to come and they're not going to want to train anymore. And if they can't train jiu-jitsu, well, they obviously can't get better and they can't get all those benefits that jiu-jitsu has to offer. I've talked about some of those in a previous video, but a kid that trains jiu-jitsu for a long period of time, you're giving them such a head start and an advantage over a lot of other kids. You know, they're going to be better at like social skills and working with others, like physically fit. They're going to be more athletic, but they're also going to have that confidence and that ability to stand up for themselves, which is something that every kid should have, because every kid is going to face bullying to some degree, whether it's verbally or it's physically. And jiu-jitsu is going to help give them that confidence to be able to stand up for themselves. So we need to make sure that the kids stick with it. And the most important thing to do that is just making sure that they're having fun, all right? A few reasons that kids may not have fun at jiu-jitsu ultimately comes down because sometimes we're too hard on them. You know, we want them to fall in line, want them to focus and pay attention and act like all the other kids. But some of that just takes a little bit of time to develop. So when you first start, it's like you really want to see the improvements and you really want to see the progress. Like right away in the beginning, you're paying a lot of money, you're spending a lot of time for your kid to be there, but sometimes it just takes a while for all those lessons and all that work to really start to set in. You know, kids, they don't necessarily improve at just like a steady incline throughout their jiu-jitsu career. Sometimes it's at a little bit of a plateau, and that can be for quite a while, and then they make huge leaps, and then they plateau, and then they make huge leaps. So you just got to stick with it, and you know you will see your kid make those jumps in progress, whether it's you know, the social jumps as far as like just paying attention better behavior wise in class, but you will also see those huge jumps in like technique and performance and all that kind of stuff. But it takes a little bit longer than most people want to, you know, accept. But the kids that stick with it, when you look back, you know, a year later, it's going to be, you're not even going to remember what it was like when you first walked in the doors. It's going to be completely different. I've seen a ton of kids come in, and in their first couple weeks, their first month, you're like, oh my gosh, man, this kid, I don't know, like they're struggling here, they're struggling there. And a year later, I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, this kid is one of the best kids in the entire class. Not only is their attention and their focus really good, but their actual ability to apply the techniques is awesome as well, okay? So as a parent, I really want you to focus on just making sure that the kid has a positive experience when they leave the academy. So try to really focus on some of the good stuff that happened. As the coaches, we are, you know, we will be hard on the kids. We will tell them to, you know, focus and pay attention, and we're going to try to instill that discipline and everything in them. But as from a parent standpoint, if you can just let them know that like, hey, I'm so excited to watch you train jiu-jitsu. How much fun was it? Did you make any friends? What did you learn? Like, you know, make it a really positive experience each class. And then that kid is going to want to come back the next time. All right. Instead, you know, if we're hard on the kid on the mats, you know, we're drilling some discipline and telling them to focus and kind of getting on them, and then if you are echoing those same thoughts back and forth, the kid is going to feel like maybe they're just they're disappointing you, that they can't do this, and jiu-jitsu is going to have a negative connotation to it. So let's just really focus on the kids having fun, because the most important thing is making sure that they stay on the mats, they stay training, so we can look back years from now and just be like, oh my gosh, look how far they have come, look at the skills that they have, and look at the advantage that they're going to have on other kids as they continue to grow up. So let's keep it fun, let's keep it positive, and thank you for being a part of the gym.